Okay, thank you everyone for joining this session three of sales management part two, and really appreciate for your time. And I can see there are new people are have also joined us in today's session. We welcome you from bottom of heart, and really appreciate for your time also. And if someone misses the, you can say, the videos who didn't attend our session one or session two, we highly recommend to we highly recommend them to just watch our recorded session, which are already available on our YouTube channel. So let's to begin our session now. And in this session, we are going to cover the functional series of Dynamics 365, which is the part two. And part one, we already successfully completed on last Saturday. And now this is the part two. There are four more, you can say, sessions are remaining for this particular topic that we are going to cover. So first of all, we are going to look into some of the housekeeping stuff. Everyone should be muted except the presenter, of course. Otherwise, everyone will be in a listening, or you can say the mute mode, or no one will is going to be here, or no one is going to enjoy the session. Secondly, regarding the QA section, QA, you can say if you have any questions or if you have any comment, you can use the question answer section, which is available on Teams. If you are not able to identify or find out that particular position, then we will show you how it normally works. Also, you can unmute yourself by the time you are going to speak, or you can use the normal chat window for asking any question. And this session is going to be recorded and it will be available on YouTube as soon as possible. It normally takes a day, or you can say some hours to render all of the stuff over there. And we really appreciate for your time and the cooperation. Regarding the QA section, you can use this portion. You can find one small icon on the top of window with the question mark. You can use that particular feature. You can write your question and you would require to just post that particular question or the comment that you are having it here. And then you will see replies. And if your question is not going to be attended in this session, definitely we are going to include in our next session and whenever we are going to meet online. Okay. In this session, we are going to cover some of the, you can say, basic stuff again, but not the basic stuff. There will be a lot of action item that you are going to see on this presentation. We split this particular session into two categories. One is the theoretical part, and second one is the actual demo, or you can say the functionality of system. So you can say around 30% of the session is covered by theoretical. We are just going to revise some of the topics. We will look into the some of the more details, and then we will see how they are going to be managed on the top of Dynamics 365. So in this particular session, we are going to cover the lead and inquiry capturing. So how you are going to capture the lead and inquiry whenever there is any, you can say, business opportunity that you are going to see. Is there any information that you are going to capture? What are the ways to input the information? So either it's digital or it's a manual process. We will look into both options there. Then we will also look into the option where you are going to convert that particular lead into the opportunity. Then there is a complete cycle of the opportunity management that we are going to cover. Along with it, we are going to also see managing customer portion, means how you are going to manage all of the customers. And we will also differentiate some of the terminologies for that particular customer aspect we will cover in this particular area. And there is a communication collaboration, how you are going to manage internal and external collaboration within the Dynamics 365. We will look into it. Then in the last, we will also showcase you some of the reports and analytics which are available by default, out of the box features which is available, or how you can extend it in terms of the visibility of data or any, you can say, information that want from the system there. Related to the content sharing, you can uh, use, you can say, WhatsApp group in case if you have any question, or if you didn't join it yet, we will recommend you to join it so that we can have the instant communication, or whatever you can say, the information that we want to pass. You can also pass the information. We also definitely help you in this regard. Then all of the content it's available OneDrive and the YouTube channel. OneDrive we are normally using for sharing the documentation, but for the recording and you can say the this particular session information is going to be posted on the YouTube. So we really appreciate you guys to just uh, subscribe our channel and also keep following it. Now, first of all, what I would like to discuss with you is just like a thought process, because I was just evaluating some of the comments on the past sessions, and as well as when we were talking about in terms of particular area of the learning, that why we are selecting or why we have chooses this path of learning, means the mechanism that we are doing, and why we are taking too much time to learn. Because you can say that okay, you can learn the product, you can use it within a couple of days, it's okay, you can do it. But there are some, you can say, the thought process it comes into the mind that whenever you are going to start working on any particular product or a solution, first you need to learn about the functionality. Same like whenever you are going to buy a car, or you are going to buy a bicycle, or you are going to buy a motorbike, or any, you can say, product in the world that you are going to buy. First, what you would require to do, first you need to learn how you can work on it, means how the car normally drives. So you have the option, either you can ask the person who already knew about the car or who know how to drive, and he is going to teach you. That's the point number one. Or you can take an admission, and from where you are going to start learning the process. As soon as you are going to learn the car or bicycle or a motorbike, then you are going to start using it, and by the time you are much familiar about the functionality of that particular vehicle, as well as you will start learning the different aspect. Means if you are talking about the car, you know, okay, where is the radiator, how much mileage I should use, when the oil change is going to be changed there, how the water is going to be filled, what is the fuel tank, where it is located, what is the dimension of my tire. So these are the all information you start knowing it here. And by the years, or let's say months, you normally identify, okay, you are feeling that the air pressure is very less in one of my tire. Why? Because you know how, you know the driving, and you know the product very well. Same, it's applicable on the dynamics field also. So why we didn't start the technical stuff at the beginning? Because we want you to learn first the functional part, means you need to know about the product, how the product you are going to use it, how, what are the functionalities, what are the features. Then on the top of it, whenever you are going to implement such a product, how you can do it and what are the ways to do it. So in any case, whenever you are learning any functionality, any product, any, you can say, sort of the information that you want to grab, first you need to know the basics, then you will go for further. So in this particular course, what we have done, we have started from very beginning. We just started from the basic concept, then the terminologies, then we started our functional series, and now in the future, you can say next month, we are going to start the technical sessions also. So first we are going to cover the functional series, then we are going to go in the technical series. So both flavor you are going to get it there. And the beauty of the Dynamics 365 here again, it's a low code platform. If we are talking about specifically for the customer engagement. What is the low code? Means you are going to use, or you are going to develop the product, or you are going to map the solution in a very lesser time, or it's a rapid implementation that you can do it by using the very less amount of code that you are going to do. Most of the things, most of the information that you are going to just configure, just plug and play. There are also comprehensive development is also involved. Definitely we are going to cover, but it will take some time. You can say we are going to start by February. You are going to see there, yes, this is something development is going to here. And whenever you are going to design any particular product, or you are going to implement the product for a specific industry, definitely there is a huge amount of development is required. But for the beginning, go for the functional, start practicing, then eventually you will feel that yes, you can map it accordingly. But how you can map it? First, you need to know the basics over here. So just like a thought I wanted to share, and it's good to have that we are having the conversation, you can say conversation here, and we can talk about it. Now we had some question from our previous session, and unfortunately we didn't answer it. So first, the question it came that to what you refer the term lead. Lead, it could be you can refer as any kind of the information or any kind of the data, particularly where you are going to identify a potential buyer. Means the information about means any of the potential client, any one is interested in your product and services. The first information is referred to the lead there. Means any kind of inquiry that you can grab it from the market here. So it can be accessible through the advertisement, trade show, direct mailing, third parties, marketing campaign. So from any kind of the source that you are using and from where the inquiries are coming in here. So whatever the inquiries are generating, we normally refer as a lead there. So this is the only you can say the term that we normally use in a journal way. Or we can say whenever we have contacted by the customer or you can say the client directly, and we didn't deal with them previously, so that could be the possibility that you are going to use the lead. But there could be a chance if there is a recurring customer and there is a recurring order he is going to place. So in that particular scenario, he's not going to place an inquiry. He is just asking for a proposal. So in that particular scenario, you are not going to register as a lead. You are going to register as a opportunity there. But yes, there are some cases whenever there is very old customer is coming back and he's asking for information, and you want to know, okay, either you are going to provide a product or services to that particular customer or not, you are going to start from the lead process there. Second question related to do we need to save inquiries before converting to leads? Not necessary, because uh, inquiry can be directly created in the system as a lead. This is the one information that you can get it. So whatever the in request that the customer is placing, either in through the website, through the social channel, through the email, or through the walk-in customer, you can directly capture his requirement as a lead. But there could be a chances that you are doing some activity on from that particular activity you identify, yes, there are some potential you can say sale I can make it, and but I need some verification process. So you for that particular event, whenever there is an activity is going to happen, I mean, let's say you are having a conference call or you are having a on-site meeting, you are visiting to a customer, you are visiting any place, by the time you are got interacted with any person or a team, and from where you identify, oh yes, this is what I can sell to the particular, or I can offer my services to that particular company. In that scenario, that particular action will also cover, or you can say convert it as a lead, and you can link it, and this is the way that we are going to also show you here. Contacts will be created for individuals. Yes, contacts are the individual information, means the personal information that you can see the person, individual, key stakeholders. So all of the information that you will see there as a contact. And the account for companies, in general term, yes, we normally say yes, account could be used for managing these. Dealing parties. Let's take example of customer, vendor, supplier companies, or contacts also. Why we are calling as a contact, as an account, that there could be a chances that you are going to interact with the direct individual, and that particular individual is the sole responsible to whom that you are going to sell your product service. So in that particular scenario, you are considering that particular contact as an account. It's a just like you are going to deal with it. But in the system, in Dynamic 365, there is a option that the customer could be account or contact. But let's say as a broad term, as a, you can say in a larger scale, whenever we have such a situation, that particular customer, it could be organization, means a company, or it could be a contact. We normally recommend to go with the account functionality. In the account, registered as contact as a customer, but contact is lies under the contact entity or contact form. So there will be a definite relationship will be there. So you will see this such situations in many places. So we normally recommend to go with the account contact approach. Whatever the customer you are dealing directly, go with the account, then the contact there. Okay. So, first of all, if we see the sales pipeline, so we normally identify there are some portion that we can put it there. And this is the same slide I already, or you can say it was demonstrated a very long time ago, where we identify and we have put it there that there are around, you can say, more than 60 to 70% of the contacts, or you can say the lead or the sales that we are doing, they are not interested, or they know your product, they are not interested in it, or they are not the potential buyer. Let me just clarify some of the portion here. What is the difference here? Client and the customer. Client is a potential buyer, is not the customer, means he is not registered as a organization or as an individual that it becomes the full-fledged, you can say, the benefits of the customer. He's just like a potential buyer, so it's a client. We normally call it as a client. But what
Or
if,
prospect as well.
or prospect, yes,
Sometimes
definitely, of
prospect
course,
also.
exactly, that's true. So prospect or a client, this is the same formality. As soon as he's going to place any order, or you are going to deal with it directly, and from where you are going to generate the revenue, it becomes a customer. So there is the only terms you will find it over there. So overall, if you see it here, that approximately you can say 10% are the overall, you can say, the deal size, or overall the potential customer, or you can say potential client, or the prospect you are dealing, which are in the phase of buying, or which are the ideal customer, or which are the prospect and to whom you are going to negotiate. Rest of the, you can say, 90% is just like inquiries. You know, yes, there is a potential in the market. You know, there is a lot of, you can say, customer, he is showing the interest, but he's not thinking about your product or services. Might be there is some evolution process he's going to do it. So this is the, you can say, real time mechanism that you will see there over the market, and even in any organization you will see only the 10% you will see the as a serious business or the selling at any point of time. The rest is inquiries, from where you are going to nurture the leads. Nurture is means you are going to engage them in the different aspects. Whatever you can say, the offers that you are going to do, what are the discount that you are going to place, what are the events that you are going to organize. If there is any additional promotion is going to on going in the market, or there is some invitation that you are going to send. So you send to all, either as a lead, is a client, although you can say the prospect, or a customer. Customer means this is what you can guarantee, yes, we have it. But for the other, you definitely you have to engage it. So that's why we need this everyone under the sales pipeline. And if you see in this situation, you can say the 90% it will come as an inquiry, which are not your customer, but 10% is the matured one. That's what they are going to convert it in our customer platform there. So how you are going to categorize all of these segments there? So you can categorize very easily in a three manners. First, 60%, where you are going to see it here. 30%, the people who are not interested at all, and people who don't know whether they are interested or not, means they don't know about their requirement. Might be possible there should a situation come here, there is a potential, but the customer doesn't know, but there is an option he can use it, but he doesn't know about it, or he's not interested about it. So you can take the 30% or 30%, you can 60% in a one portion. Then 30% who are not thinking, you can take another slab, and the third slab, which is the ideal customer or ideal prospect, or which are still open to the work, and the which are in the current buying. So you can take this slab here. So we are going to divide this section into three areas. What are the three areas we have? We have it as a cold category, which is the 60% of the portion. We have the warm category. We call it as a, you can say, the there could be a chances, but they are not thinking about it. There could be a chance that they can get it. And there is a hot category, means they are still in the buying stage there. So two four, top of funnel, mofo, middle of funnel, bufo, bottom of the funnel. And this same information you will see on the top of CRM here, based on the stages here. You are in the identification, means the qualification stage. You are in the development stage. You are the proposed stage. You are the closing state. So these are the funnels are over there. But overall, you can say they are the three categories. But you can also extend. Totally depends on the business logic that you are going to put it here. So as soon as the inquiry comes here, it goes, it passes through the different stages, and as soon as it is going to be completed, sales realization will be happen there. So that's very easy to do it, and this is what you are going to map, and this is what you are going to see on the top of Dynamics 365 there. Now, what you can see here as a sales process or sales business process here. First of all, you have to see the how you are going to capture the inquiries there. So that's the point number one. You are going to capture the inquiry in the form of email, meaning you receive the information over the email. Someone send you an email from the unknown person or a known person. He's just like a forwarding or sending an email about his request, about his requirement, about his options, or you can say any, you can say product or services he's looking for it. So he's going to start an email negotiation or email, you can say conversation. Or there is some meeting you have already scheduled through, you can say cold call. The meeting was all, arranged, and that particular meeting has some fruitful result. And from that point of time, yeah, you are going to start initiating the sales cycle. It could be phone call. Means someone is giving you a phone call directly. He's just dialing up the number. Someone from the customer care or a sales representative, he's going to answer it. From there, he's going to start recording the information or a social channel, or you can call it as an omni-channel mechanism that we normally put it here. Omni-channel, we normally call it for any digital mean, it's going to be used. SMS, WhatsApp, Facebook, LinkedIn, mean any social channel plus the email. So omni-channel categorize there. But social channels is a part of the omni-channel there. Facebook inquiries, LinkedIn messages, you have Twitter replies, you have Insta replies. So every information that you are going to capture it here, and you are going to identify, okay, which part or which comment that you are going to take it as a you are going to take it as a particular scenario. Let me see if it is, sorry, my mistake here. Yes, you are going to see it here how it is going to be captured. First part is the capture of the inquiry. Inquiry, it could be a phone call, it could be an email, and you are going to convert that particular activity in the lead there. As soon as the lead is captured, you are going to look into the opportunity part, means it is qualified, and you are going to start developing, and you are going to start working on it in a way that you are going to start the customer requirement, means the writing the customer requirement, means the customer what he's looking for it, what is the pain point the customer is going to have it, and what is the solution that you are going to provide. Solution in the form of product, in the form of the services that you are going to provide. Either you can only sell the product, doesn't means you are handling the B2B category, means you are just producing the product, you are doing the manufacturing, and you are just going to sell it to the distributors. It's a B2B. But B2C means where you are going to produce the product or you have the services and you are going to sell it to the end consumer or end user. The B2C categories comes here, business to consumer or business to business. So you are going to start preparing the proposal. First you build it, then you start proposing it here. So as soon as proposed, you are going to make it the final process where the quotation is going to be sent to the customer. This is a part of the proposal. So either the customer is going to accept it or is going to reject it, or his the negotiation is going to be happen. Means the customer asks for the discount, customer wants some variation in the particular product or in the particular lines that you are going to sell to the customer or product services. He's just going to add or he's just going to request, and you are going to navigate or you are just going to update there. And as soon as you are going to confirm the quotation or you are going to lose a quotation, then it will be impact on the complete sales pipeline. Means at any point of time, whenever the customer is going to discontinue or you are going to discontinue the sales transaction, it will be discontinued at the spot. Means if you are going to discontinue from the opportunity, it's not going to be go further. Means you have lost the sale, you have lost the lead. If you are lost in the lead, so means lead is qualified due to some reason. Customer is not interested, customer is not willing to go, or you are not going to willing to deal with the customer. Phase one out. If it is phase two, means the sales it you can say went out from the opportunity part. Opportunity part means where you have started the sales transaction. But as the quotation is a part of the sales, definitely it will have the impact over there. Then the sales order means as the quotation is confirmed, you are going to convert it to the sales order. Sales order is delivered, means you have delivered the product and services. The invoicing part come here. So this is the complete cycle you will see there. So first part that we are going to cover it here in this particular session today. We are just going to cover the first part, which is the inquiry, how you are going to manage the inquiry, what are the ways to do it. Then we will see how the inquiries are going to be converted into opportunity, what are the mechanisms you can do it, and how you are going to start collaborating, interacting with the customer, with the internal team to perform the you can say to perform or to you can say work on the particular build and propose stage. Then in the next session we are going to see how the quotations are going to be prepared on the system and how they are going to share with the customer, and what are the rest of the cycle that we are going to see particularly for the sales process over there. Now, as a sales process, which I explained, these are the full, you can say, stages that you will see there on the top of Dynamics 365. You have the four stages eventually, but it's mentioned the five because the invoicing part is also included, and there is a part there where you can identify that invoice is fulfilled and completed and invoice is paid. But eventually you will see the four stages. First is the qualification, where you are going to just identifying. First part is identification of any information that you have received, either from email, phone call, SMS, meeting, or even any source of the information that you have received. You are just going to first qualify it. Qualify means you are just going to identify if you are going to deal with that particular lead or not. If you are willing to do it, means if it sounds okay, if it got verified, you are going to convert that particular lead into the opportunity, which is a develop stage, where you are just going to enter the more details later. What are the more details? It could be the uh, customer requirement, means customer or client requirement, definitely. So requirement, but they are looking for it, what they have the pain point, what are the current situation they are going to have it, and what is the future expect that you are going to see it, and what are the products and services that you are going to sell to the particular customer. Who are the main stakeholders? Might be the referral, there is some external influencer that you are going to maintain, what are the competition in the market you are going to put it there, and who are the teammates or team sales team person who are working with you or who are working as a team for that particular opportunity. Then there is a propose. You are going to prepare a quotation based on the information that you have collected under the develop. You are going to start proposing. You are going to create the quotation. You are going to submit it, and then the rest of the cycle, sales cycle will go on. Now, this is the first part. You can say see it here as a, you can say the sales business process, how the sales will work, and this is what the transformation is going to be happen. Means this is the next you are going to see how the actual scenario is going to be happen on the top of it. But before we are going to proceed further, we just need to want to clarify here. So as soon as you are working on the particular the sales module, you need to identify these are the expert are there: account, contacts, and the customer. Customer could be account or contact. This is what I just mentioned here. So we normally recommend to go with the account approach, whatever the individual is there. So you can register as account. But in CRM, there is a provision is available where you can use as a contact or account on the top of as a customer. But if you are seeing as a long run, we normally recommend the companies or customer to go with the account methodology. Means it is more extendable, it's easy to manage. Means you are going to manage who are you are going to deal it, make it account, then rest of the contact details you are going to manage it there. So but in this particular scenario, you may have the relationships there. Means you have the one primary account or primary, you can say the customer, and who has the relationship. So let's take example, you have the group of companies and you are providing services to that particular group of companies. For each and every child company or subsidiary company, you are going to provide them a particular product or services over there. Then you are going to track it down. Means that particular company has a relationship or his association with this particular group of company. So you can make a complete relationship. Similar way, you can also tag the people who are working on that particular company or a group of company, that you can do it and you can manage it. And this is what in next upcoming, you can say, and the time Mr. Wahaj is going to present you. So now this one is completed. Up till now, please let us know if you have any question. You can unmute yourself. You can ask the question, or I will request Mr. Wahaj if he can proceed with the demo for the real action on the Dynamics 365, and then we'll the part of it. Sounds okay?
Okay, so any questions? Or should I share my screen and start?
or everyone is slept now. There could be a chances. People are
Okay, let me
sleeping.
share my
Oh,
screen.
it's boring.
Let me take
Theory.
the. Okay, guys. If you're there, please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, sounds okay. Perfect.
Okay, so great. So now already explained what is a lead or inquiry. So just to repeat his words, lead or inquiry is something which is an indicator of a sales. It could be a phone call, it could be an email, or just a conversation. You met someone on a flight, in a restaurant, or maybe you had an event, or you went to expo. You had a event where people registered and showed interest in your services or products. So it could be in any format. So but at this moment we are not sure if this is a particular sales, but we like it might be a sales, so we call it a lead. It's a lead to a sale or business. So okay, so Dynamics 365, last time we in our earlier session we showed you a bit of the interface here, but just quickly, because I mean we are meeting again and this is I think first time or second time we are just getting into the action. So we are in the sales app, and this is home where you can see all the dashboards, and on the left side you have navigations, and on the navigation you will find something called leads. So if I click on the leads, this will show me by default all the leads which are assigned to me or created by me. So if I want to, if I have enough privileges, I can see other leads also inside the system. This is a demo environment, and you can see there are plenty of sample leads already created here. So if I open up one of the lead, you will see there is some basic information there. One is topic. I mean, this is just a line, headline of this particular lead or inquiry. For example, looking for banned items. It could be need coffee machines or whatever services you provide. And then the contact information of the individual you met with, his or her company information, including website, address, and uh, phone numbers. And on this side, you will see timeline. Let me open up another example where we have more data just to show you. So timeline is something, just want to don't want to get off the topic, just but you will see the timeline all over the Dynamics 365 whenever you open most of the records. So timeline is a control which shows you in a chronological order all of your activities or collaborations with the particular customer. So for example, we called Adnan and we discussed about this particular requirement, or we set up an appointment, or if there were multiple emails from Adan, everything will list for this particular lead and customer inside this timeline. Then on the right side we have some AI based features which is assistant. We have not enabled it for this particular demo. We'll cover it in a another session, which actually just let you, this particular assistant helps you to follow up the leads and emails in a smart way and so on. There are multiple features there. Okay. And then in any sales, there are multiple, or any deal, there are stakeholders, and there could be your competitors. You can also tag them here. But before we dive into this, let me go back here. And okay, now let us discuss just for a second. As I said, there could be multiple lead sources. It could be an email or a phone call, or you can simply import an Excel file you acquired from an external system, or your website. Someone comes for an inquiry. There could be an integration, but anything will come here in the leads like this. For our purpose, let us start with a new lead first, then we can look into existing also. So let me click on the new button here. So let me give a topic, for example, need monthly supply for coffee. The person who contacted me is Mark Wins, some fictional name. Okay, so the red stars mean this information is required. The small plus, if I zoom in, you can see the plus means this is a business recommended field. I mean, this could be the business recommended fields are something that are being used in reporting or in some other processes, but these are not required. So you can leave it, but it's good to have it. And when there is no indicator here, there is no star or plus sign. That means this is totally an optional field. but it's best to have the most of your data, so it makes more sense. So let's say he is the procurement manager, I would say. Some business phone number, mobile number, and email. An example. Okay. Then again, you can see the company information is recommended here, but it's not required. But I will add it just for sake of our example. Let's say T for Dynamics. So for now, just let's say this is based on Dubai and our country is UAE, just for the example. Okay, let me save this information. One thing you see on top of here, by the way, just to we just to give you another hint, this is called our form. We discussed this in the earlier session. On this form, we have multiple sections. Like here, we have contact section, company section, we have timeline, and some other sections. These are known as tabs. We have summary, details, files, and related. These are out of the box or default tabs. On the top, you see the actual process, which is called as business process flow, which is a stage-based process. It guides the salesperson or any other user, depending on the record we're dealing with, how the information will flow in the or how the process will flow to the end of the this deal. So we are right now in the qualify stage. In the develop stage, as I now said, is something where your lead or sales will be more mature and will go to opportunity. So we are in the qualify right now. So yeah, one important field, two important fields I would like to discuss is this is called header, by the way. You see where the lead source and rating is there. This is called header. Once I click on it, I can simply select a lead source. By default, out of the box, we have these lead sources, but we can select more or add more. So for this purpose, let's say I got it from a trade show. I went to a trade show and I met this person. He showed interest that he need monthly coffee supply for his company. Okay. Now the rating is another thing which again Adnan explained very well. Is could be cold is something where I am not I'm kind of I don't see any interest, so I can select it as a cold. Warm where I'm not sure but there is a potential sales. Hot is something which we are more sure about. So I'm gonna for this example, let's say warm. Okay. So other than that, in the details, you would see we can also provide some industry and annual revenue and more organizational information. And there's another important thing called source campaign. Again, this is not the scope of this particular demo, but campaign is marketing campaign. If you are sending a campaign, let's say you sent a promotional email to some prospects or some list of registered attendees, and they respond back, so you can select a source campaign, or system can also auto select it for you, so you know which campaign resulted in this particular lead. So that means you can track how many which of your campaigns were more successful. So like people inquired more about it. So this is just for tracking purposes. Okay, so I'll read. This is contact method. This means this is when you try to send any collaboration, sorry, emails or anything to customer. Based on this, system will either may not send the email if they do not allow it. So let me go back to the summary page for now, summary tab. Okay, now on the timeline, we can add as many as activities we want. But for this example, let's say I met this person on the trade show. Now I come up and open up my system. I have this information recorded and I want to know more about it. Let's say I want to know more about it. So let's say I had a phone call with this guy. So I can record it. I called this person. I said, okay, inquiry. I call it initial inquiry. Just for this example, it seems like the outcome is not good, not interested anymore. Okay, so I had my comments, and now I'm just okay. Now I know this person is not interested. There are two ways. which is of course the first one, which I'm going to say is not recommended at all. I'm not gonna need this particular lead, so I can go ahead and delete it, but it's not recommended at all. The purpose is, I mean, maybe in the future we again get an inquiry from this person, or maybe he get back to us. So it's better we do not delete it. There's something also called disqualify. So there are two things: qualify and disqualify. Qualify means this person is interested, or this company is interested to do business with us. So let's go ahead and we'll capture rest of the information, which services or products they need from us. That is something, or what is the estimated revenue, what is the estimated size of the deal, what is the estimated closure date. That is something we're going to cover in opportunity. So we can simply qualify if that is the case, but we know this particular guy do not want it, so we can disqualify it. And in disqualify we can select particular options. We can say it's lost, or we cannot contact this guy anymore, is it cancelled, so on. For this example I said no longer interested. So what happens? This lead is to disqualified. It is not editable anymore. And if you go back, you won't find it in the open leads. This will be there in the closed leads. Closed vehicles. If at a latest, let's say I again received a call from this guy and he said, see, we had a deal with another company, but that we deal went off. So would you be interested, to if you're interested, let's get back and get into discussion for sales. So what I can do is I can simply go here. Now the guy is interested, so I can simply reactivate the lead. So what will happen? Now again it will show me the same options, qualify or disqualify. Now I can start working on it, and I can add tasks and follow up on this. For example, add a task for my colleague, send sales brochure, so on, and I assign it to some of my colleagues and so on. I mean, the whole sales process can go on now. I can track all the activities. There could be emails that will be sent uh, to the customer. There will be replies, so on. So let's say we see the customer is interested now, and he's interested in some of the coffee machines and coffee materials we sell. So we now have some idea. So what we can do is, now it makes more sense to qualify it. But before we qualify, I would like to mention, there are what happens once we qualify it. Once we qualify it, behind the scenes, the Dynamics 365 will create three records depending on the configuration. So by default or out of the box, it creates an account based on the company information you entered, a contact person, again based on the information you have entered here, and an opportunity, and all will be linked. So all of the linking and the data entry will be done for you automatically by the system. Okay, what if I do not enter this? If there is no company information entered, the account will not be created. So system will consider it as sales, uh, just for an individual person. So for now, for this example, let me add it. I will also, yeah. So let's go ahead with this. I will qualify, and then you will get more idea what happens behind the scenes. By the way, because we are in this, these are the stages we call in the business process flow, and in each stage you could see there are multiple fields. If I want, I can. This helps me to understand or enter better information. So anything I enter here will also be carry forward to the next stage or next record, like opportunity, for example, budget or purchase time frame, and so for example, for this I said this quarter. Okay, if I know this particular lead is for an existing customer, I can go ahead select it, but depending on if it's an individual customer or company, based on that I can select either a contact or account. Okay, so for now let's assume this is totally a new customer, so I can go ahead and simply click qualify. Okay, now after the processing, we'll be actually moved to opportunity stage. See, lead was successfully qualified. Now, if you see, we are in the same screen, kind of same screen. We are one step ahead in the our process, sales process, and but you see the opportunity or the form is opportunity. So it's not lead anymore. I was on the lead. After qualification, I'm on the opportunity. On the left side also, you can see we are in the opportunities. So what happened in the background is system created an opportunity for me, a account for me, linked it with the opportunity, a contact for me, and linked it again with the opportunity. If I go back into the account, I mean, I click in the account, so whatever information that I entered on the lead is automatically copied here. All of the communication which I done with this particular customer or prospect, we should not call it a customer as of now, it's a prospect, that is there. His primary contact is already tagged here. His opportunities are here. I can go back to the opportunity from here. Same goes for contact. I entered all the contact information. You could see everything is there. This person is part of this particular company, that is also tagged in. Again, the communication is there, the opportunity is there. So now you see in the opportunity, we have more information that we can select. If you note, now we can tag the products or services which are needed for this particular sale, which was not available in the lead. So again, the opportunity is more, have the more information about the sales. We have the time frame, we have the revenue, we have the products, and so on. So let me go back to lead and just want to show you something else. Again, the qualified leads are also uh, are known as closed leads. I can open it just for reference, and we can say we are on the develop stage. Okay, in some processes, before we move ahead on the opportunities, uh, there are scenarios where we do not need leads. We know the sales is pretty mature and we can simply start with the opportunity. That is also possible. But if it is a new customer, it is recommended, not required, just recommended that you should start with the lead. It's better. Why? Because you enter information on one page and it is the system creates multiple records for you, so it's less data entry. If you directly go to opportunity, you first have to create a account, then a contact, and then of course the information for the opportunity. But again, this differs based on the business or requirement. But from a normal flow, lead is converted or qualified to an opportunity. If it is non-win, you can disqualify it. Okay. Uh, just one more thing I would like to show. There are too important reports which comes out of the box for leads are known as lead source effectiveness. I think I already have it open. So this actually shows you which of the lead sources are more useful or converts the sales, I would say. So for example, you do campaigns, you uh, go to trade shows, you held seminars, so you can identify which of the lead sources are more useful or fruitful for you. So this report comes out of the box. And similarly, there is another report which is very important for the leads. It's called neglected leads. So you went to a trade show, you imported, let's say, 100 leads inside the system, and no one from your sales team contacted these leads, called these persons or so on. So that will come under the neglected lead. So this is for the managers or even for the salespersons. They can come to know, okay, these are the leads which need more attention, so on. So okay, so what we learned here is actually lead is the starting point of the sales. You capture the basic information. Just one more thing, there are multiple ways to create leads. One I showed you, you can go to leads and create a new. There is a way to create a lead from quick create, we call it a quick create. It will capture less information. You can directly scan a business card and it will create based on the AI, it will capture all the information from the business card, and it will fill up it for you, and you can simply save it. So because let's say you assume you are on a phone call or just get the phone call and you are in hurry, you just want to enter some basic information, you can do it from the quick create. Another way is you can convert the emails or campaign responses also. For example, if I go to all emails and open up an email, I can see, I can simply convert it to a lead. Let's say someone inquired about a lead, so I can go ahead and click on this button. It will also copy the information from the email, and then you can create a lead based on that information. So like this. So the email is again attached, so this works flawlessly. So now I'll go back and just leave it on this stage, and Adnan will continue on the opportunity. If you have any question on the lead right now, please go ahead and ask me. I think Adnan, you can just start.
Yes, I think Uzair, he's having a question. Uzair,
Yes,
please.
Suzar, please. Sorry.
Yes, hi, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we can.
exactly.
Okay, so I just want to ask that can we create multiple lead of same customer? For example, if we created the lead and one of my team member have created the lead same, so how we gonna check the duplicate and data duplicate in this scenario?
Okay,
Yeah,
for that,
yeah, please
yeah,
go ahead.
please, Adnan. Please, it's okay, please go on.
Yeah. In the system, what you can have the option, there is a mechanism, might be possible, there could be a situation that you are receiving the multiple requests from the customer. So it's okay, you can have it. And in that particular scenario, what it is required, there is a one option that we normally put it there as a duplicate deduction. So once lead is identified, okay, if any parameter is recognized or it's already available or exists in the system based on the phone call number, mobile number, email. So whatever the configuration is made there, so based on you can say the fields or you can say the identification fields, system will pop up the user that the duplicate record is available. So if they want to tag the existing customer or the account and contact information, system will not create a new one. But if the user is going to put it in ignore, then definitely it will create a duplicate account. But you can restrict. There is a functionality of the duplicate detection.
And let's say if one of the leads is qualified before the customer was already created, there is a possibility that the other user can select the existing customer. You can create as many as leads for the existing customer. That's not a requirement, but yes, to avoid the duplicates, we need to use duplicate detection. That's right.
Yeah,
Right, thank you
exactly.
so much. And one more question that as you have mentioned that this is recommend that you should not delete the lead. I mean, you should just disqualify the lead. So for example, we have, I know that you just mentioned, but I missed that part. If you can just show us again that if the lead is disqualified, then how we gonna activate again?
Yeah, exactly. Bhaj,
Yeah,
can I
just
show? I have the
yeah, it's
section.
okay. Just go to the leads and
Yeah,
open the
exactly.
closed leads.
And we are just going to see the close lead. So let's take example, this particular lead is marked as lost. So what you can do, either you can click it here and you can reactivate it again. This particular is closed as qualified. No, because it's already
Yeah,
qualified. So
this one
let's
I've
do one thing.
qualified.
Let
So
me
let's
just,
take an example.
yes, let me just close a lead as a lost here. So let's take example of this particular lead. And I'm just going to disqualify and I'm just going to put it here, no longer interested. And I'm just jumping to another view, which is the closed leads. And from here, if I'm just coming up here, so you can see it's a disqualified. And from here, you have the option that you can reopen it again. So
Yeah,
let me see.
open it and then
There
open it. It's not
is,
on the
oh, sorry.
home
I
grid.
think it's,
Not on the home grid. It's on the phone. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's removed now. Mike, sorry,
Yes,
remove
yes, in
this.
the use here. Okay.
Yeah, reactivate this here process. So I'm just going to reactivate again. So let's say customer he changed his mind or he's going to contact it again and we are going to work with that particular on the lead. We are just going to reactivate it again from this button. So as soon as we are just going to reactivate, so system will reactivate everything, the process and as well as will restore the
Yeah.
last thing that we're working.
Now we can again, do it. Okay, so here's one question from Sayed Hasib. Can you please repeat the difference between customer and prospect? So, okay, first of all, in general, prospect is a company or a person to whom, I mean, there is a chance you will get a business, but there is no business yet. So there is no deal closed yet. In general definition, so customer is something which is your regular customer where you have done some business. Okay, so prospect is a prospect. I mean, there is a chance of deal is going to happen, but this is general definition. Some businesses differ these or use the different definitions. They call even prospect customers, and I mean, or they just use one term called customers. So don't get confused. So prospect is something if you again. is something where you are going to get the sales, but it's not done. Once the sale is done, once the opportunity will be won, once Adnan shows you that part, you will understand that that is known as customer. I hope that answers the question. But again, this is not hard and fast rule.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Actually, just like a terms that we normally use. We normally use it as a customer means which, to whom we have the business, means who are providing us the business and to whom we are selling our product and services. So who, that particular, you can say the individual or a company is a customer for us. But the prospect, we didn't work it before, or still we don't have the, you can say the business with that particular company or individual. It's a prospect. But there could be a chances that the customer is already you are having registered in your system, but for a very long time you didn't work with that particular customer, then it will become a prospect again. But again, it totally depends on the business scenario, how they normally categorize, or either they are going to make it to the prospect level, or it's a, just like a, you can say, normal customer. Because in that particular scenario, what you can see here, you can identify that this particular customer lead that you are going to have it, either it's from the existing or it's from the new one. So you can see it here on the CRM. You will find existing account and contact. So if I'm just going to click on the stage part here, so there is a existing account and contact. So if I'm going to select it here, so system is going to identify, yes, this is something information that you are already have it registered here, and system is not going to create a new account or contact. If both are empty, then there is a new creation of the account and contact. Totally depends which information you have provided there. But let's say you are selecting an account, but you are not going to put it the contact. So system will create a new contact, but it will use the existing account. So that's the difference come here in this particular scenario. Okay, so let me show you one more option here. So we will also, because we have already working on the lead, so then I will show you how the opportunity will works there. For the email conversion, so there could be a question that how the email is registered or how the email are landed in our system. Is there any option is available on the CRM that we can send an email, or what about the emails they are coming in your inbox? Yes, for Office 365 you can do it, and even the connectors are available, so you can sync up there. But for if you're using the Office 365, that's the native synchronization is available. And how the synchronization is there, so within the system that you can do it, means whatever the emails communication that you are doing, you can configure it here, so that whatever the emails that you have it, you can track it, you can put it there, and you can put the details into the CRM directly. How you can do it, let me just take you a small quick, you can say the showcasing the information here how you can do. So let's take example that I have the email which I am using currently, and I received an email that that particular person, means he needs the coffee machine, and he's asking for the pricing. So now from here, what I can do, there is an option is available on the top of CRM here, where I can click on the further command button, and there is a dynamic 365 option is available. If I'm just going to click it here, system will try to identify if this customer is already exists in the system or not. If it exists, system will identify, okay, what are the best record is available in the system here. This option is available online, which is you can say web interface, as well as you will have within your Outlook also. So you can see it here. There was a lead created here, which Wahaj, he just recently, you can say, converted an email under the lead. So now system identify, okay, this lead was created and this lead is the potential one. So either I want to track it or not. So what I can do, I am just going to track that particular email. So how I'm just going to do, either I can track it or I am just going to set the regarding to that particular record. So I'm just going to search my record here. System is identify, okay, these are the potential two records are available here. So I'm just going to select one record here, and now system is going to track it there. Now the beauty is here, which you can see there, that this particular email is registered with the insurance house. Main there is another company is registered here with the same lead here, with the same email ID. So I registered with this particular customer. The beauty is here, if I'm going to reply back, I can do it. How I can do it here? What I need to do, I just need to reply. Mean I'm just going to interact either from my email or I can do it from the directly within my Dynamics 365 interface. So it's totally up to you which interface that you want to use. So from here, I want to reply back to that particular customer, or you can say the client, from whom I received the email. And from here, what I need to do, I need to send some of the material which is available here on my system. So I'm just going to come here again on my more command, which is the main tab. And I'm just going to click on the Dynamics 365. And from here, I am just going to use the basic functionality of the system. And then I will show you how it's going to move further. And then I will continue with the opportunity part next. First, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add some information. Insert sales literature. I'm just going to send in literature. There is some PDF pricing information that I want to share it. So I'm just going to select the subject is related to the price and sales and marketing. Subject means it's a categorization. And which information I want to send, I'm just putting in here the price guide. I'm just going to send. This is the one you can say email that I want the attachment. Plus, I need some template also. What template I need it? I need to use a template. So I'm just going to use insert add template, which is the CRM template, which is we also show you how you can create your own template also. System, I find okay which entity I'm going to use it. I'm saying that okay this particular entity I'm going to use it means which is lead here because system already identified, and I'm just going to search for the template which is available. So these are the all templates are available here. So let's take example that this what template that I want to send. I can do it. I'm just going to select and I'm just going to click on add to email. My template is available. System already identify what is the last name, and it is also identify who is the contact person because lead was created or you can say managed by Wahaj. So that's why the contact person is coming as a Wahaj. So this totally dynamic, static plus dynamic. Dynamic values are coming up here. Same thing, what I need to do, I need to add some questions here. So let's say there is some FAQs that we are maintaining here. So the same email, I'm just going to add, sorry, not from here, this particular option, more commands, knowledge articles. And from here, I'm just going to add the knowledge article. I'm just going to search. Let's take about Kenwood coffee maker question answer. I'm just going to select because the customer is interested in that particular brand. I'm just going to add it here. Now you can see that particular knowledge article has been added there. And what I need to do, I just need to just smallly, I just need to reformulate here. Even though you can do it, first you can insert the article and then you can add it there. So it totally depends how which sequence that you are going to follow. And I'm just going to add it. And I think there is mistaken I've done here. So I have done on the top here. So I just need it here. I think the browser is making some fun of me. No problem. So let's take example. I'm just going to send this particular email and I'm just going to send that particular email. So what the system has going to do, it is also sending an email, and what I can do on the same time, you can see monitor here, track to dynamic. So it's mean the email should be available there. So if I'm just coming back on my lead portion and I'm just coming up here in the lead section. And from here, if I can see my lead, let me just see all leads. And I'm just going to search in the way that I want to say D insurance. I'm just going to search it with the company because the company name is not coming up here. So no worries. So we can add it here. And I'm just going to add a column to add the column here. Name, or what's the name we normally use it? Name, account name. Name is not coming up here.
No, no,
Why?
company. Try company.
Or company. No, I'm using the company. Or name. Very strange. Why is not coming up here? Let me see the exact name of that particular company. Let me just see here. What's the exact word that we are normally using? It's the only company. You should list it, or might be that the difference is coming up in the background. No worries, no worries. So what I can do, I can click on the created, I can sort it by newest to older. So this is something that I can get it here. So yes, this one is coming up here. Three boxes here. This is the one I think, I believe so. I'm just going to select here, and you should able to see the track record here. So yeah, this coming. So you can see these are the emails are coming. So which is the email which is registered here. So this is how you can do the communication. And same thing you can do within the system, means you can just click here on the plus sign and you can send an email also. So within the CRM that you can send, because the email and the means your email box and the CRM is not linked, and you can do it whatever you need it to do. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, let's take an example that I'm just going to put it here. I'm just going to name it three boxes, three machines of coffee maker. I'm just going to put something here. Okay. And now you can see the duplicate deduction because the one another account lead was created and system identified here. You can see. And this one system had identified, okay, this one it was created earlier, and Wahaj he had created another with the same email ID. So system had created a duplicate deduction. Okay. So now I have the option, either I can merge it or I can ignore it. So if I'm going to merge it, so it will merge into one lead, and one lead will be merged and second one lead will remain as is as in active mode. Okay. So let's take an example of what I'm going to do. I'm just going to save and ignore. I'm not going to do anything. And from here, what I'm going to do in the next space, I just need to make sure that I have updated the mandatory information which is needed here. When the customer is asking for it, means what is the purchase timeline. Either this one he's looking for in this quarter, now, immediate, or he's planning for the, you can say within this year, or it is not, it's unknown now. I can also put some of the information about the budget if I know. Otherwise, I can continue till the opportunity. What is the purchase mechanism? Again, I just need to identify, okay, if he's the person who can take the decision, or is a committee, or there is unknown purchase process is there. So I'm just saying that, okay, this is related to the committee because it is a big company, insurance house is working on it and they need it here. And if there is any multiple people are there in the decision maker, if I create me add it there, or I just updated the checklist or not, I just going to add here. If it is not, if it is there the stakeholders, I can add it here from this particular portion here. I can add the stakeholders by using the connection. So let's take an example. I'm just going to add a connection here, and I'm just saying that this particular inquiry may have the influence of particular person, or you can say team. So from here, I'm just saying that the Mark Win is one of the person who may have the influence, or he is the stakeholder of that particular company. So it could be a change. So let's say if it is not a stakeholder, I'm just saying he's the influencer or a champion of from the customer end. I am just going to tag it here. So I'm just going to add some information here, and I'm just going to change it his role from here as a referral. I'm just saying this is a referred by, because this lead was captured from him. Now, these are the all, you can say, information which system gives you the you can say the maximum, or you can say the default functionality. But there could be a chances that you need to update or add or remove the fields here. So this is what you can do it. You can add the field with the various types, let's say the text field, the option set, the reference, the multi-line, or you can have the yes, no, mean the two option set, or even you can make a relationship. So you can have the multiple fields based on their business logic. So let's say there's some information that it is not captured in the out of the box. There is a provision that you can do it and you can create it. And this is what we are going to cover in this session also, mean in this session, in this series also, plus the technical series where we are going to look the configuration and the particularly for the development part, we are going to see it. You may notice there are some functionality where it comes here under the different forms. So there could be a multiple level of the forms available, and you can put the restriction on the form that what type of information the user can see and what type of information they can have the access. So you can have the multiple version of the forms, or there could be a possibility that the same scenario is going to be happen in a different line of business. You are going to manage with the different forms capabilities. So one form is only available for a one team, but the second is they want the more information. So let's take example, the top management, they want to see everything on the lead. But as a customer service representative, they have to see only the basic information about the contact detail, what is the last transaction they had made, and what is, you can say, the contact details plus the requirement. That's the only thing they needed. So you can adjust and you can add the multiple forms, even business wise or even process wise, you can have it. Now, what we are going to do it here, we are just going to qualify. Means we identify, oh yes, this is what the customer is looking for it, and we already identified there. And what we are going to do, we are just going to qualify. Now, as soon as I'm just going to qualify it, means I have already verified and everything is online, aligned with the information that we have it here. Now you can see again, message prompt, there is a duplicate deduction is there based on the email that we have provided, system identifying. Either I can ignore it or I can go for it. So I'm just saying that, okay, ignore and save, put it the conversion. We are just going to ignore there. Okay. Now, this is the opportunity. Here we are going to start proposing or start developing. What we need to do, first we need to add some of the information here. So you can see, before we are going to proceed further, you can see development state is tick mark. Yes, it's mean it's qualified. Now we are in the develop stage. In the develop stage, what we are going to do, we are just going to enter some information which is necessary here. Let's take example of current situation. I'm just putting in here, customer doesn't have any coffee machine. I'm just going to put it at the current situation. Customer wants Kenwood branded ultra machines. Okay. And I'm just going to put some summary that what we are going to propose. We will provide 3 machines with 1 year warranty. There's a spell mistake, so we can do the spell check here. So this is the information we have put it here. It's just like a basic information we have put it here. And we are just going to save the information. Either I can put Control S or I can use the save button here. Now you can observe some of the information are coming up here. Whatever the information that we have put it here, now it is translated, transformed. What is the transition happening between? As we have entered the new information, account and a contact. So system had created a new account and new contact for me. Every time it happen, whenever there is a new registration is going to happen from the lead. But if I select existing account and contact, system is not going to create any new account and contact. It will tag the same account and contact within a new, you can say, opportunity that we are going to create it. So that's the only difference here. So at the time of the lead qualification, 3 transactions happen on the background. Opportunity created, account created, contact created. If account is already selected, so it's mean contact information and opportunity will be created. If both are selected, so it's mean only opportunity is going to be created and the opportunity is going to tag with the existing account and contact. Same way, if I'm just going to put it there in the account, I'm not going to, sorry, I'm not putting the account information, but I'm going to select the contact information. So it's again making a relationship in a way that the opportunity will be created, contact will not be created, account will be created. So that's the provision that you have to see it here. Whenever you are going to do any information, transition from the inquiry, means the lead qualification to the opportunity creation. So that's the, you can say, mechanism happen on the background. Now, there is a possibility that whatever you are going to do the work here, you need some collaboration with the internal team. You need some information from the external team. How you can do it? There is a provision that you can simply set up a meeting, appointments. You can send an email. You can set up a phone call activity. You can also do that, create a task, or there is any customer voice measure, just like a for the survey, if you are going to put it the alerts over there, or you are going to maintain the notes and the OneNote. So these are all activities that you are going to maintain under it. So activities are just like a collaboration, conversation, and the communication. Either you are going internally or with the external. Means the customer is going to give a call, so it's mean you are going to create a phone call activity here. If it is linked with the IVR system, so definitely it's going to create an automatically phone record with that particular information. So same situation happens whenever you are doing a phone call for any you can say telephonic company or any bank, or who are the, you can say, the automated process or implemented over there. So whenever you are calling and the person who are receiving the call, who is uh, greeting you with your name, it's mean there is a provision, it is already available, where based on the number of the phone call, system is identifying that this person is that one and is registered with this name, and he has this transaction. Same in the banking, same in the telephone company, same in the enterprise, you can say corporate. So whenever you will see the very effective or interactive way, so it means they have some system implemented. And by the way, Dynamics 365 also have the same functionality. And here in specifically in UAE, you will see a lot of implementation of Dynamics 365 customer engagement for customer service department. So that's a very aggressive, you can say, implementation. The Maxon is having it here, and it's very responsive because the customer care, customer service, as well as customer response is a much more effective and manageable. But you can say that the sales transaction and sales management, there's a different. It's totally depend on the business scenario, what the business is going to handle. Now, there could be a possibility that you are going to do the internal collaboration. So how you can do, Microsoft gives you the one feature which it's available in the preview version, where you can have the direct chat process within the organization user here, either external user also, if it is applicable in your environment. So let's take example that I want to get some information from Wahaj. I'm not going to change any interface. I'm just going to use the same interface that I'm working in it. I'm just going to enable the chat here. So I'm just going to create a link here that I want to click on the new link. And I'm just going to add Wahaj here that I want to know about the information. That here I'm just going to tag the information, Wahaj. I'm just going to put the message here. Just going to put some information, and I'm just going to click on the start chat. So what will happen on the background? System is going to send a message to Wahaj, and as soon as Wahaj is going to receive the message, he's going to reply back to me. So Wahaj, could you please check
Yeah,
if
I
you?
think I should just quickly show them the view of my screen also, just for a second.
Yeah, it will be great. It will be great.
Okay, so guys, you can see this is my Teams. I've opened it in the browser because this is a demo account. So you can see the message that Adnan sent is already here. I can see he said, "Do you know about customer details? What does he have?" I can see the basic. This is called card. You can see the card. Say topic requirement. The topic is their potential. Who is the potential customer? I can open it in Dynamics 365 to see more details. Yes, you see the same record is opened. If I want, I can just reply to the Nan and saying, uh, sounds cool. Follow up. That's it. Now Adnan should get this message back, and I can, if I need to send this an email, or if I want to assign this to me for further processing, I can do that as a sales team member. So or I can also identify the decision maker if I know who is the decision maker on these customers. This is just a example. Okay, Adnan, can you please
Perfect.
let's
Perfect.
go back to the Nan.
Yes, let me share my screen. Let it be open. Yes. So here you go. Now you can see it here. I received the chat within my premises. So this that functionality is now available only for the teams, but there are also some functionality for the third party where you can enable the chat feature if you are going to use any third party component. But that is what you it's available natively available on the top of Microsoft Dynamics 365, where you don't need any third party component. But that's the beauty. You will find it there. Let me just clarify one terminology which we use it as a preview and the general availability. So preview means it's only available for the just test and trial purposes. So as soon as uh, Microsoft gets the recommendation and it will gets, you can say, go with the further deployment. It will normally make the availability as a general use. So preview is only for the internal, or you can say for the testing purpose. So as soon as it is getting available for everyone, so it will become generally available. So that's the terminology we normally use whenever you see the preview version. So currently it's in preview version. So hopefully it will be you can say vastly available for the general implementation, and where will be a mature product you will see there. Now, what we are going to do it here, I'm just going to close some of the information that we have it here. Now, there are some information that I need to capture, some information that is needed there. What is the timeline that I'm expecting? Means when this particular information that I'm going to expect to complete it here. So I'm just saying that, okay, this is something that I'm expecting to complete by 16th of December. And what is the estimated revenue? Means how much revenue I am expecting from that particular deal. So there are two ways to do it. Either the system can do it automatically on the behalf of you, means totally depends which product and services that you are going to charge from the customer. Either you are going to do it, so the system will calculate automatically and will be placed, or it is going to make the visibility for the user, to where the user is going to be input his projected amount over there. So for the time being, I'm just going to put it as a leave that I'm just going to put it here. So I want to show another part here. What information I need to put it here? Another part I'm just going to show you the status. These are the all statuses are available: on hold and progress, or even you can have more. Means let's say investigating, waiting for the response, customer engagement, or customer follow up. So you can have the multiple status here. So currently it's only two status, but you can extend. You can expand again what scenarios that you are going to do it. I mean, that is in progress, on hold, or waiting for the confirmation from the customer, or it's under the evaluation process. So you can have the multiple types of the statuses here. Okay. Now, second part which comes here, which is more important, the documentation. What about the documentation? Means you have received the documents from the customer, or you have some functionality about the document archiving. So in the Dynamics 365, you have the option of the documents, and these documents, the SharePoint libraries are attached with each and every record there. So if you want to use the SharePoint compatibility, which is recommended by the Microsoft, that whatever the document archiving that you are going to do it on the SharePoint. So every record, whichever the record that you are having, it will have the SharePoint library over there. So it is directly linked. So whatever the record conversation I'm having with the customer, I'm just going to upload. I'm going to manage it here. So I'm just going to create upload. I'm just going to upload the document here. Or what I can do, I can create a new document. It will create a new document on the SharePoint. And again, the SharePoint is accessible within the teammates, and where they can use it and they can have the collaboration. So let's take example. I'm just going to attach this document here, and this particular document is available here. And now the beauty is here, this document is not only available in the opportunity, is also available on my customer profile also. So as soon as we are going to see on the customer profile, I will be able to see the 360-degree of my customer information. Now this is what we are going to cover in this after some time. We are going to cover this particular topic. Now what we are going to do next level, it's our products. We are going to identify the product and services that the customer is asking for it. Before we are going to proceed, we need to identify, okay, which price list that we are going to tag it here. It's totally up to the business model. Either the price list is you can say mandatory or not. Mandatory in a way that the seller, or you can say the user who is creating the deal, he should select the price list information only. That's the only you can do it. Or it could be optional, means seller, or you can say the person who is creating the deal, he has the option to work on the pricing model, means he can define his own pricing and he can prove it. Both options are available, and we are just going to select the price model, that okay, the price list should be put in here, means the user is going to select it here. I want the revenue calculation system calculated. So this is what I was telling you, that the user provided or the system calculated. So user provided, if it is, I'm just going to need to put it here, the estimated revenue. But if I'm just going to put it here, the system calculator, means system will calculate. And by default, you can restrict the behavior of the system here. Means you can restrict, you can do the implement the business logic based on your business need, what you are looking. So once I'm done, I'm just going to add the products here. So as soon as I'm just going to add the product, system is going to ask me, it's just like to prompt me what product and services I'm going to add there. So based on the product list, based on the price list which I have selected earlier, system is showing me all of the product list. Plus, if there is any categorization happens, so it also show me the categorization of the family model. This part we will also cover in our product configuration series. But for the timing, you can also define the product in a way that the product has a model, product has the individual item, product can be a bundle, so you can sell any kind of equipment or any kind of product with the basis on the different variation and based on the different unit of measurement. You can do it here. Currently, based on you can out of the box what we have done here is you can our demo environment. So it's only defined here the product and the pricing unit and the plus price per unit item. What we need to do, we just need to put it here that okay, this particular machine, automatic machine that we are going to sell to the customer, and from here I'm just going to put the quantity part here. Okay. Second, what I need some of the grid here. So I'm just going to add some grid here because this is necessary to use with the machine here. And airport, we are just saying, okay, it customer would need 15 airports. Now what I need to do, I just need to add these products there, whatever I have added. So I'm just going to add, or even though I can add the product line and I'm just going to add there. Once I am done, I'm just going to add in the opportunity. System will create the product line for me. And now you can observe one thing, whatever the information that I have put it here, the amount that system has calculated, it has calculated based on the, you can say, what is the pre-freight amount. You can also add the freight amount also. So let's take example, there is a freight of 1,000 or dirhams. It is here. And system will calculate based on the here. So freight amount, it will plus and it will increase the total amount. And you can see it over here, the total revenue becomes there. Was one part I left it here. Let me just complete that particular part, then I will jump back and the product here. You will notice one thing which I skipped here, which is the currency. Which currency you are going to handle. That's very important here. In Dynamics 365, you can have the provision that you can manage the different kind of the currencies, multi-currency that you can use it. But you need to make sure which kind of the transaction currency that you are going to use it. So in this particular scenario, we are going to have the deal in AED, Marathi Dirham. So the currency is going to be put it here in a way that every currency is going to be managed, and the currency has a, you can exchange it also. One will be the base currency. In my scenario, AD is the base currency and you can have the multiple one. So from here, I'm just going to make a transaction in AED. So we need to make sure that the currency that we are going to deal with the customer, either it is set in the lead part or we are going to set up in the opportunity. So once it is set up in the opportunities, mean the transaction currency will remain as is. So quotation, sales order, invoice, it will be on the same currency level. But there could be a chance that you can have the multiple currency. So you, in that particular scenario, you would require to create another opportunity with a different currency. It is not going to handle in the same opportunity. So one opportunity, it will be handled in the single currency, which is a transaction currency. Okay? Sorry. Now, this is what I wanted to show you. And this particular currency based on the prices is there. So prices already set up there, and we will also show you how the products pricing or the product configuration will be there. So most probably during this session, function series, we'll have one complete day to do it. Now, there could be a possibility that you have the in non-inventory item. Means you are not going to have the inventory item and the customer is demanding some item that it is not available in your inventory or you are not dealing, but somehow you say that, okay, after some time, sorry, after some time, whenever the customer is going to place an order, we will arrange it or we will manufacture or we will take some consideration to produce that particular product. So for that particular reason, what we are going to do, we are going to use the writing product. So writing products are just like a line item that you're going to add with a description. So I'm just going to put a description here. I'm just going to put it here, coffee also, 30 kg coffee, beans. Okay. And the price that we are going to sell to the customer is, let's say, 30. And the quantity is, we are just going to sell it 10. And that's going to add. Sorry. You can add more product line also. Plus, you can add adjust or whatever you needed, you can do it from here. Once you are done, you're just going to save it in the save opportunity. And you can see the product line is now added here with the non-inventory item. So that's the one you can get it here. So once you are done, now this is the opportunity that you have created based on the customer need, based on the customer requirement you have created here. So that's the first part we have completed as the develop stage here. Now, in this particular process, what we need to do, we just need to have some collaboration with an internal team, or I want to see how my quotation will look like. Not a quotation, it's just like a proposal that we are going to do look like. Or we want to exchange a document within the internal team. You have the provision that you can use the export to PDF. So just like for internal purpose, or let's say the how the customer say, okay, well, just give me the offer. I'm not going to put it there, but just give me the high level information. So from this information that you can do it and you can share it here. But eventually, official proposal will be sent under the quotation. So from here, you can see the opportunity. The document is generated and the report is generated in a way that is showing me the dynamic values here. It's a pre-formatted. You can do have your own format. It's a word-based report that you can have it, and it's a default functionality in the system where you are seeing here the complete information about the header part as well as the below part. So from here on the top, I'm just seeing the information about the opportunity, what the customer is asking for me, and what are the products that we are going to sell to the customer, and how much total the customer he has to pay us. So this is the amount of that particular. Now I have the provision. I can download this PDF file, I can send an email, or I can directly save it to the SharePoint. So that's the what I'm just going to do. It has a save to SharePoint. So it will save that document in my SharePoint library, or you can repository for the future references. So that's the documentation that I can get it. The same document I can have it in a way that I have the provision that I can use the word compatibility, which is you have the word template. So word template is a dynamic based, or you can say the document, you can say generation tool that you can use it. By default, it comes with the, you can say Dynamics 365. It comes with the Office product. And from here, you can have your own template. You would require to just map the field and deploy on the system, and system will give you the provision that the report can be generated within the word. Either you can use it automated process, or you can use the manual process here. So this is the manual process. I'm going to do it here, where the system is going to generate a document and it's going to be open on my word template here. So you can see this document is available here in this format. Same thing I have done with the PDF. Now there might be some, you can say, limitation you will see there in the word functionality. There are some advanced level of the logic or advanced level of the complexity. Yeah, you have to put it there. You want to add or merge some of the external documents also. You want to add some comprehensive logic in between the lines here, the line split you need to do. Then in this particular scenario, that you would require the third party component. So then third party components are available with a different name. I mean, document copack is one of the company who provides a very comprehensive document management tool or document generation tool. Experido is one of the second company, and Docs42 is also one of the companies. So these are the third party component that have the functionality that you can have a very advanced level of document generation from the process. But let's say if you have a very simplified version, or if you want to see, okay, this is a what simple document I want to generate with the dynamic values, with a limited functionality, Office or you can Microsoft gives you this functionality that you can use with no any additional add-on. Now, what is the behavior happen on the background? You can see we have generated a document and we converted it in a PDF. So I'm just going to see what happened on the background. System had already added here as a PDF as an attachment there. Now, this particular document I want to send to the customer also. This is what I wanted to do it from the system. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to export, and now I'm just going to, because it could be a possibility that you can have the different formats available here. So it will show you all kind of formats are available in this list. It's not necessary that you are going to have one format. You can have the multiple types or multiple number of the template that you want to generate. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to select and send an email, and system will pop up that particular email message for me. And from here, I'm just going to send to my customer here. And from here, system is going to send an email. So let's take example, and I'm just going to send this particular document for to my internal user, or even though I can also use it for the external user also. And from here, I'm just going to use Wahaj account also. I'm just going to put Wahaj emails. Okay. Now, what the system had done, let me just increase the size here. What the system had done here, it has opened my email functionality. It has attached the document. Now, from here, what I need to do, I can type it in the information here. And as soon as I'm done, I just need to click on the send button. That's the one thing you can do it. Let's take example, instead of the internal user, you are going to send to the customer. And this is what we also cover in the quotation part. I'm just going to send to the customer here, and I'm just going to send it. And you can use the template here. So instead of that one, I'm just going to use the template. So let's take example, the opportunity that I'm going to select, and based on the customer, I can do it here. So I'm just going to select the customer base, and I can just need to select direct apply. So if I'm just going to do it here, so system is going to just override the information, and you can see the information is overrided here. And also, I'm just going to put Wahaj in a CC here. Okay. So once I'm done, I just need to go check here. Once I'm done, I just need to click on the send button. What the system will do in the background, as my email is already attached or mailbox is already attached, system will send an email notification, or system will send a physical email, you can say the individual email to all of the restaurant that I have selected here. Now, if I'm just coming back to my summary part where I can see the social pan here, so you can, when you see it here, there is an email will be automatically linked here. So let it be sent. So as soon as the email is attached here, so I will able to see it here in that particular part here in the emails. So let me just see if my email is sent. So for that one, I can do just cross verify. I'm just going to select my send item,
Yeah,
and
I
I
got
can
it
make sure,
already.
yes, I can make sure that email is sent. So I can see it here, and this email was sent, and I'm just going to see in my Outlook also. And same thing is also available for Vaj or whatever the participant here. So let me just open this file, and you can see how the output looks like here. So you can see this email which I sent for the internal, or you can say verification purpose. I just send it to the team there. Now, up to now, what we have covered some of the parts. Just one part is remaining. Let me just cover very quickly. Then I think we can decide, okay, either we are going to continue, or we are going to put it some of the topics for the next session. There's some information that you can also do the modification on need to consider about it. So whatever the products that you have selected here, whatever the, you can say amount and quantity you have selected, you want to see the details, inside detail of the product line. So you would require to come here, you want to see here. You have selected the existing product. Existing product is this one, which is the unit of measurement that you have sold to the customer. What is the pricing mechanism? Default means it is coming from my price list. If I'm not going to use the default one, I'm just going to override. And from here, I'm just going to change it. So I can change the base price also. And again, you can also limit the functionality to the user. Means user shouldn't be able to put any kind of update, any, you can say he shouldn't be able to override the pricing mechanism. So it totally depends on the business logic. Might be possible that there would be a chance that you want to enable overriding, means you are going to reduce down the base price. You can do it, or you are just going to change the price list again and add the products more time, or you can going to put, you can say the logic there on the, you can say the pricing calculation method there. Then you have the price per unit. You have the volume discount. Volume discount, again, it will come here based on the number of the quantity the customer is having or is asking for it. You can also set the discount pricing also. So might be possible that you have the possibility, okay, that if the customer is asking more than 10 prices, you have a different rate. If the customer is asking for 10 pieces or 50 pieces, you have a different price list. If you want to sell, customer is asking for 100 pieces, so you have a different pricing. So you can set up the price metrics over there in the discount. So based on the range of that quantity, system will identify, okay, how much percentage discount is needed to be given to the customer. About the manual discount, how much discount on the top of, you can say, the price that you are going to put, you can just need to put the currency amount here. Taxation, it's a manual process here up till now, but you can automate the process. It's not a very, you can say, hard or you can say very complex nature, but the taxation could be handled, but currently it's a manual process in out of the box scenario. But mostly what we normally do, We normally customize this functionality based on that region, based on the you can say the text code, test schedule, and we just put it there in the system. That system will automatically calculate based on the product and based on the customer type. System calculates the price. You can say taxes based on the selling item. Okay, so these are the all information. Plus, let me show you one of the item, which is the service item that we have selected or we have added. So let me show you that one, and then I think we can see further. So I'm just going to add and select here. Or me, I'm just going to add entering here. So you can see it here. The writing product, you just select as a writing product here. I just put it here, the name of that particular product. Price per unit is, you can say 30. You can say per piece, I'm just selling it here. There was a quantity of 10, how much total amount, and if there is any discount, I'm just going to make it here. So I'm just going to put it here, the amount, or there is the taxation here. So this information that you can see in every manner, if we are talking about the quotation, sales order, as well as you have the option in the invoicing part. But in the quotation, as soon as we are going to start with the quotation, you will see the further options, mean the delivery mechanism, when it's going to be delivered, who's the salesperson who's going to tackle. So there's a lot of information that you will see on the product line. But an opportunity is just like a high level information that you have added and you are just going to manage it over here. So I think we should leave this particular part till this year. What we can do, because we are already passed by our time, we will resume back our next session. You can say we will resume back this topic with the in the next session with the same, and we will continue further. What do you think, Wahaj?
Yeah, I think that's better. This is too much to grab. After the opportunity, in the next session, we'll start from the quotations. We'll take the same example and we'll create quotations on top of it. From quotation, order, and invoice, we can, I think, cover in the
Yeah,
next session.
exactly. And also we want to show them the analytics also, means before we go to the opportunity and also before we are going to go see
Thoughts?
the quotation and the sales order, better to have some view on the analytics. So I think we should start with this process, report analytics, customer information, then we will start with the quotation in the next part, next session, which is going to be happen on Thursday, in this coming Thursday.
Okay, great. So, guys, do you have any questions and how you feel about it? Did you get something? Uh,
Yeah, definitely. There should be some question answer. Or again, the audience is slept now, or they are bored. Okay, so I think we can proceed to the end of our session. So let me just see what we have next. So in from today's session, what we have as a take home, we have our deep dive session in explanation of the sales process from the lead to opportunity. And we have learned about the internal team collaboration through the team, as well as we will continue the same topic again for the day after tomorrow with the same, but we will expand the, you can say, our learning. And we'll also see some of the information that how the potential customer or the, you can say, potential client and the customer communication conversation is being managed. We didn't touch the customer profiles, but definitely next session we will do it. There are some, you can say, learning resources where they will help you to understand the business processes from the Microsoft Learning website. So you can refer these links and you can start reading and you can start exploring. And we are very hopeful that you have already set up the demo environment. If it is not, or if you have any facing any challenge, either you can watch our recorded session, last recorded session, or you can also reach out to us. We will help you to set up your demo or trial instance there. So I think we are enough either excited or depressed, frustrated. So if you are excited enough to join us in the next section, please thumbs up. Or if it is not, then please feel free to share your valuable feedback. I couldn't see any emojis here. Is there any emojis are coming? People just put it there on the event. Now I can see. Yes, I can see. Okay, so what we need from you, we need the feedback. You can scan this code and you can share your feedback, valuable feedback to us, because every feedback has its own value and we give importance to each and every comment that you are sending to us. And it will be very helpful to just help us and also you, so that we can add some more content, and it will help us to just see the how the people are, either they are appreciating or they have some question or why they are depressed, so we can get to know about the information. Okay. Now, next session is going to be organized on this Thursday, December 16th, and we will continue our part from the proposal where we are going to start looking for the quotation. But in from before the quotation, we will look into the reports and analytics of the opportunity. Then we will move further to the quotation and the revision of quotation, order placement and the confirmation, order fulfillment, invoicing, and again the communication. So there is this, you can say, the complete the sales transaction or sales lifeline, we are our life cycle is going to be complete on December, hopefully the 16th. But if anything remains, definitely we are going to plan for the next week. And next week we have a plan for the sales team management, how the goals are being managed and the sales forecasting will be happen, how it's going to be configured, and how it will help you to identify which target is going achievable, not achievable, and you can set up the KPIs over there. And you can also see the complete schedule on the scheduler, you can say, document, which is already available on OneDrive, and you can see it. And if you have any comment, please feel free to let us know. So, thank you. Really appreciate for your time and during this late evening. And Wahaj, you have anything in the at the end?
No, I think that's good. Let's catch up the day after tomorrow.
Inshallah.
And guys,
Perfect. Thank
please
you.
share the
Yeah,
feedback.
yeah, definitely, definitely. We
Yeah.
need your
And
feedback.
if you guys get bored, let us know. Okay, we'll plan something then.
Yeah, exactly. We can put some entertainment here.
Yeah, I have
Some
a piano here
images, some
also. If you need
emojis,
some
some
music, I'm here.
disco.
See, I can sing, Okay, guys. Okay,
That
guys.
sounds
Good
perfect.
night. Have fun.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much, everyone.
Good night. God bless you.
Bye.
Thank you.